What's going on, gamers? I hope you guys are doing great today, tonight, this morning, whichever time it is for you. In today's video, we're going to be looking at these two DSs. They both have some unique problems. We are fixing them together because... let's take a look at the screens here. Look at that. They pretty much have opposite screen tints on the top and bottom screens, so we're going to replace the bottom screens on them, kind of make them look really nice. Technically, if you didn't have a DS, like if I didn't have this white DS and I only had this this black one here, of course it's fully functional. Well, it will be fully functional without the need to swap the screen, but it's just a lot nicer to make the screen tints match because it's definitely noticeable during gameplay and it makes it a little weird. So we're gonna get these bottom screens swapped. This white DS has bad shoulder buttons. And this ABXY rubber is bad. This black DS's ABXY rubber is bad too, actually. So we'll be swapping both of the ABXY rubbers, but this guy's shoulder buttons are actually okay, so let's get cracking. I will be starting with the white DS, but I just want to show you guys real quick. This black DS has a clear cover on the top of it, and that's what all of these scratches are. It's probably going to look close to brand new underneath this, and that you do not see very often at all, so that's amazing. We will get to that, but first start off by disassembling this guy. These shoulder buttons need fixed, so pop them off, set them to the side, and then let's get some zoom action going on here. Bust open the actual shoulder buttons themselves. Pry each side of the metal casing up. And then the top of it up. And then that frees the rubber and the metal contact on the inside that we'll be cleaning. Okay. Once they're both up, I just normally hit it like that. They both pop out on each side. And this is what we're talking about here. That blueness is making it no work. Really bad. So we'll be cleaning that by scraping it as best I can. It's like coloring. You remember coloring in coloring books? Or if you're an artist even today. It's like doing that, but by fixing it, yes. Pretty cool, you guys. So this is the traditional way of doing it. Same for in here. See, that's like purpley, bluish bed. So we just scrape that while not putting too much pressure on the shoulder button because I can make it loose and then not click as well. Okay, so that one's good. So that's the traditional way of doing it. You could just scrape it with a sharp tool like that, or we are epic gamers. Let's use a Dremel. Makes it a lot faster, a lot easier. So I typically do the mid setting, and then that's pretty much all it takes. Look at this dude, he's so sad right now. Let's change that. Make sure it didn't lose its click. Be good. It's clicking. Get the rubber back in there. Close that flap. Tighten it around the edges again. Whoops. Repeat for other. Let's whip out our ABXY rubbers. Let's get this thing apart. And let's get the bottom LCD out of there. We're basically just going to be swapping them. We will also be swapping the digitizers because of the screen borders. You see this one's white, the other one's going to be black. Got to get them swapped over. So yeah, that ABXY rubber is bad. Put our new one in. So here we also see there's some dirt on that contact. The buttons were working fine, but I'm still going to clean that because that can still make it not work well over time. It makes you have to hit the button harder for it to actually register. So here we are using our Dremel again. They do call us professionals around here. Using a Dremel on a motherboard. Spray some Dawn water. Clean it up. Wipe it down. We good. We good. Alright, so now I'm going to set this dude off to the side. Just whip out This black DS. Start to get it taken apart. That's a stylus. That's a pretty nice stylus, you guys. Bottom plate off. Check it out. Set it off to side. Now these shoulder buttons were working just fine. So that's good already. Take those shoulder buttons out, set them off to the side. Remove these to get access to the digitizer cable easier. Take that last screw out. Pop this dude open. Screen out. ABX fiber out. New one in. These button contacts, you can see they're still a little dirty, so I'm going to do the same thing, especially this one right here. Now we swap LCDs. These digitizers are already A-OK. Fully functional and in good condition. So I'll just pry up the adhesive with this little plastic spudger on both of them. I always start in this top left corner, personally. Pry up. Alright, so now gonna remove, quickly place. Now I did see a couple dust particles on the inside of that black one. This white one has a few, but they are not going to be visible when the screen is on, so that's okay. This black one, however, it does have a couple, so sometimes you try to get dust particles out, you end up getting more in. Gonna hope that doesn't happen today, though. Easy peasy. All out. Coolio. Get that placed back, lined up. This edge and this edge and this edge all have to be flush with the digitizer and LCD. So now we can get this guy back in. Sometimes I can just push it in. Sometimes I have to use my fingernails like that. Flip it around. Get the digitizer in. Get the mic cable in the right spot. Chop the motherboard in. Just like that. Now I gotta make sure everything lined up. The board right here should be pretty flush with the piece right there, and it is. Make sure the digitizer is all the way on the inside, and it is, so that's perfect. Ready for reassembly. Let's do the same thing to this guy. So now it's just time for reassembly on both consoles. That's pretty much it. We'll see how he did. We'll test this guy before we put all the rest of the screws in. This guy is also ready to be tested. And let us test. Look at that. The screens are so nice now. Before it was like, one is brighter and a little tiny bit yellow, which is this one. That one was cool white, a really nice white. DS Lite screens have a lot of different tints. If you need a replacement screen, you might not get the perfect tint for your specific DS. Obviously it's still better than a broken screen, but still, DS Lites just have a lot of different tints to them. Like outside of the yellowing defect. Unfortunately, so just a thing, like color temperatures. R works. L works. Let's pull out our styluses that we're gonna get these guys with. Make sure the screens work. I will calibrate them just because it's a different digitizer on the screen. But that is perfect. Let's make sure games work in it, and then we can put all the screws back in. Reads the DS game. Excellent. Reads the Game Boy game. Reads the GBA game. Cool. So now let's test this guy. Let's get it plugged in because it's on red. We don't sell no DSs on red. That would not be very epic gamer. R works. D-pad works, ABXY works. Touchscreen works. And then we need to make sure that L works and that the game ports work. Oh. Hey guys. Okay, so the GBA port works fine. Not the DS port at the moment. DS port. Make sure that it works by doing that. It does. It's working. The Nintendo logo popped up. So now, let us actually clean it. Alrighty, let's get these screws back into them. Alright, okay, that guy didn't want... Okay, so now, the moment I've personally been waiting for. I want to see how nice this DS is. Dude, this thing is like new underneath that. There's probably a couple very small scratches, if even that. Look how nice it looks where it was and then where it wasn't right here on the logo. That is so nice. So what I'm gonna do, gonna clean it up and gonna see how well it blends in with where it was and wasn't. Look at that. So you do still see a line there. I don't see any lines on the edges though, so that's good. Man, that is just amazing. All good. Here we go. These guys are all fixed up, all ready to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.